Alright, we're going to check out another flight controller. This is the Radix Li. It's a 20 by 20. So it's just like its bigger brother, just 20 by 20. I'm pretty sure it's all the same. I'm not 100% on that, but we'll go through some of the features that it has, check out what you get in the package. So here's everything you get. What's that? That's the bag. There's a flight controller. So you get, what is that, one? You get one plug, but you get 3 spare plugs with no wires, so you can wire it up how you need it, depending on your foreign one that you're going to be using. I really like that it has the spare wires with the plugs on both ends, so you can wire it up exactly how you need it. That's really nice, because I'm so used to having to pull the wire out and move it around and plug it back in and stuff, so that's really nice to have it already ready to go. That's nice. Here's a warning. Please read to avoid damage. Read the effing manual. I read this earlier online and I was like, what? Because it says do not power a 5-volt VTX and also do not power a 5-volt HD cam from this flight controller. That's kind of crazy, because let's say you're using a Unified Pro 32. It takes 5-volt max. Okay, so where else are you going to power it if you're not allowed to power it from this flight controller? I don't understand. Are you supposed to get your own BEC and power it separately or something? I don't know. But it says that it's limited to 500 milliamps. So I would have to really look to see what like the Unified Pro 32 Nano outputs. I don't think it's 500 milliamps. I really don't think it is. It's got to be less than that, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look more into that, but yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, what's the point of it? Is it just for, okay, so no VTX and no HD cam, so I guess you can power a regular camera, but almost every single regular camera that's out right now has real high voltage input, so you know, you can power it off the battery or whatever, VBAT, you know. So I don't understand why they would only make it 500 milliamp. Why wouldn't they make it 1 or 2 amps, you know, like every other flight controller? It's kind of weird, but there must be something else to it. I love that they put it in a static bag. That's really nice. So here's the flight controller, and then you get some white grommets, which are pretty. Okay, so this has, like I said, it's got the 5-volt BEC, but it's only 500 milliamps. It has 4 UARTs, and 2 of them are inverted, so it's not only one like most other flight controllers. So you have two of them that are inverted, so you can run like your smart port. You don't have to do any kind of weird stuff with your smart port. You can just run it straight from where smart port comes from. And then your S-bus receivers. Pretty nice layout. Let me see, which way is the front? It doesn't have an arrow, so I'd probably assume that whichever side the camera pads are. Let me see. Well, I guess your camera and your VTX are all right here. So you got ground, 5-volt, video in, camera control, video out, and TX1. So that's everything for your VTX and your camera on one side. Then the other side, you got 2 UARTs. You got UART 6, UART 3, and then a plus and a ground. I don't know what the plus is. It must be, it's either 5-volt or VBAT. And then you got a 3.3 over here. You can use 6 motors on this. There's signal 5 and 6. And then these pads, that's another UART, UART 4, and then your buzzer, another 5 volt, and then RX1. And then these ones and these ones are through hole. Pads on both sides, which is really nice. And then, of course, you get their full graphic OSD, which is pretty cool. I haven't really checked it out. I have built a couple of these, the bigger full-size ones, but I didn't really check out the OSD. I was just looking on Brainfpv's website. Here's some of the OSD. Gyro spectrum, that's really cool. You can do custom names. You got your stick overlays on there, and you can do different custom logos like that, which is really cool. Artificial horizon, barometer scale, gyro spectrograph, pretty awesome. So that's kind of like the main feature of this flight controller, I think, you know, so because you can't get it anywhere else. I mean, they're the only ones that make that kind of OSD, and it's pretty cool. It's way cooler than the Betaflight OSD for sure, but and right here, if you click on this, so if you go to Brainfpv's website, you know, it'll show you, because it says right here, find out about the cool features and how to enable them here, how to pimp your Brainfpv OSD. Pretty cool. Damn, there's tons of shit. Different fonts. Pretty cool. It is $50 though, so this is pretty much the most expensive 20x20 flight controller that I know of. But for people that love that graphic OSD, I was wondering about the gyro too. I don't know. It said something about Bosch something. No analog RSSI input. Bosch SensorTech BMI 160 running at 3.2 kilohertz. I have no idea what that is. But it's got to be good because it's expensive. Cortex M4 32-bit 180 megahertz, 128 kilobytes of RAM, 512 kilobytes of flash. All right. So that is the Brainfpv Radix Li. I like that it has the holes bigger so that when you put these in there, you can still fit M3, which is pretty cool. And you get a nice little sticker pack with a dog wearing goggles. Sweet. All right.